All right. Here we are. What's going on, Netflix Instagram account? We got more than 22 million followers here that are now having to deal with me. My name is Darren Criss. I star on the new Netflix hit show Hollywood, created by Ryan Murphy, Ian Brennan, and Janet Mock. I myself get to serve as an exec producer, but I play a guy named Raymond on it. If you haven't seen it, hopefully you can check it out. A very happy Mother's Day to everybody. So I'm just going to get this show on the road. We've done all kinds of interviews. When I say we, I mean the cast and creative. We've been asked the same questions over and over, and you can find those answers on countless recorded Zoom interviews across all media platforms across the internet. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to talk to some of those same cast and creatives and ask them some questions maybe they haven't been asked. Let me see, I have my notes here. If you haven't watched it, like I said, it's a great watch, especially in these quarantine times for all you mothers out there. It's a great Mother's Day thing, I think. Maybe after all of you who are with your moms have, made her brunch or dinner, that's the thing you can do afterwards, after you've shown your love and appreciation. I think there's a hashtag, Moms Love Hollywood, I think I've seen. So we're going to share some stories and some comments and some BTS stuff. But I just want to let you guys know that all these comments are going to be floating up underneath here. We see them, I see them, our guests will see them. It's just that we got a lot of people to get through in the next hour. So I'm just going to try and do that. But we see you and we love you. And most importantly, we thank you guys for supporting the show and for watching it. Again, if you have, we owe it all to you for making this a certifiable, as you would say in old Hollywood parlance, a boffo, socko, whammo hit. So speaking of, I should say like hits, speaking of hit makers, I would like to bring on my first guest, who is sort of the, it's appropriate because it is Mother's Day, the mother hen of our show, Mr. Ryan Murphy. But of course, I'm that guy that's like trying to find him on my thing and can't find it because I'm an idiot. Knew this was going to happen. All right, now you guys get to watch me look for Ryan Murphy. Ryan, where's your handle, bro? Good Lord. All right, this is bound to happen. Now y'all get to watch me be an idiot. Do. I get to watch this later on YouTube where everybody comments, Darren really sucks at Instagram. And then I'll look at it and go, I know. Okay, Mr. R.P. Yeah. I'm trying to include you, Ryan. I'm desperately trying. So I don't know what to do, man. So in the meantime, I guess I'll just read some of these comments. Someone says I have to watch it. Tiago says I have to watch it. You can. It's very easy. All you got to do is go onto Netflix and check it out. All right, I'm gonna try one more time, guys. As you all laugh at me, Jeremy, I see you, buddy. I'm trying. I'm pressing the little thing at the bottom. Okay. I'm looking for him, and it just ain't coming up. Like he's not here. Man, making me look like a fool in front of 22.5 million people. What else is new? Is this whole thing like a punk? Is this why they made me host this, so I could just look like an idiot? Well, Ryan, I don't see you, man. So I'm just gonna say a couple things about Ryan. One of the cool things about what Ryan has always done in his career is that he's always shown to things that are really beautiful, about things that are maybe a little at first glance, conventionally ugly, whatever that means, things that might be like cast in the shadows. And conversely, what he's done with this show, I think there's been a thing where we think of Hollywood in the 40s being this beautiful, glamorous thing, and he's conversely showing something really kind of rotten and disjointed and fractured about something that is very beautiful. And that's been something that he's done throughout all his work. And I was going to ask him about that, but I can't find the fool. I can't do it, Ryan. I don't know where you at. I know you got time. I know you're just at home. Maybe I'll just bring somebody else on instead. Jeremy, you want to bail me out? Somebody want to bail me out? If I just went live with somebody else? Maybe I'll just play a song in the meantime. Because, I had Ryan until 2:10. Ryan was supposed to be here, but he's not. I wish Ryan was here so I could ask him a lot. come on Netflix. Someone text him or call him on his Netflix phone and say, Ryan, you gotta answer Darren. But he can't right now, cause he's making a bunch of shows for Netflix, yeah. Not just Hollywood, but The Prom and Ratchet and a bunch of others that I can't remember. Cause Ryan Murphy is too Ryan busy, yeah. Good thing I wrote that song before I got here, just in case you didn't show up. I'll try one more time, guys. Jeremy, you want to just hook me up? I'm sorry. Like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm adding you. I'm waiting for you. Come hang with me. Jeremy Pope, ladies and gentlemen. Two-time Tony Award-winning Jeremy Pope. What was I supposed to do?
Nominee.
What was I supposed to do?
Nominee.
Did I say winning?
You did.
Well, maybe in my revisionist history.
I appreciate you. What's up, friend? That was
doing.
A wonderful song, I must say. That was a really wonderful song.
It's really lucky that I wrote that right before. Like, what are the odds?
Did you have a version A and then a version B?
Just in case he didn't show up. Oh, I've been told Ryan can't join. Well, we know. We figured that out.
We know. Too late.
Hey, bud. Yeah, I was going to ask you a couple things because speaking of Tony nominated and in my head Tony winning, I just, it's manifest destiny. Got to put it out there. I was going to say this episode that we're all going to watch in like an hour, right? The final episode. Spoiler alert, we go to the Oscars, right? So we met of substance the first time we really locking eyes at the Tony Awards. And I was wondering, do you watch award shows? Do they have any meaning to you? Did you grow up watching them? There's a kid in this episode who is this young kind of alternate version of maybe a younger Archie who is listening to the radio and getting really excited about this. Did you watch or key into any of that stuff being like, this is something I want to do, or did they not matter to you?
Yeah, most award shows I watched, the big ones were the music, the Grammys, the MTV Music Awards. I felt like with the Oscars when I was younger, I didn't get to watch a lot of those movies that were in the category. So I would kind of watch it for the celebrities, but the music, you were always rooting for your favorite artists and what they were going to wear and who was going to win big. So yeah, I very much loved a good award show.
Did you have is there any like performances that stand out particularly, or looks or stunts
or looks?
I know. I said that the other day and somebody thought I was talking about a guy named Luke and I was like, it works better in meme format. I can't say Luke phonetically.
I was a big like Britney fan when I was growing up. She was like pretty major.
Yeah.
So like anything Britney, the Snake.
Because the Snake's pretty iconic.
Yeah. Which
Did you watch Tiger King?
I did, and I saw the truth has been unveiled. The truth. Yeah. I couldn't handle it, but we were all there. We were rooting for Britney and the Snake. That was pretty major.
That was
pretty major. Yeah, Britney. I'm trying to think. Who was it this past year? I guess this past year was a little bit tricky just because we, the COVID, and it was still such a beautiful celebration. Grammys. So I feel like.
As a fashion guy, because you do have like insanely awesome fashion, is there anybody that you saw, guy or girl, anybody that you like as a young person was just like, yo, that's what's up for award stuff? Because there's like iconic things that stick up. Like I still remember J-Lo in that dress because it's just it's like ingrained in my brain because that was like a moment in culture. And it was a dress, but it's amazing that I still remember it. I'm trying to think if there's anybody that you might have done. Probably just yourself. I remember seeing you at those award shows being like, damn, this kid is
I appreciate you, D. I appreciate you, D.
Thanks, man. What do you want to say anything to the world, to the 22 million people watching?
Well, let me just start off by saying happy Mother's Day to all the incredible mothers out there.
Absolutely.
That's legit. I'm so happy to be, live tweeting with the cast today. We do the finale, the last episode of Hollywood. I'm pretty sure people are like, who are they? I'm Jeremy Pope. I play Archie Coleman in Hollywood. That's my boy Darren Criss. He holds
What's going on?
If you haven't seen Hollywood, we are encouraging you to watch it.
Check it out. Can watch everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, people are talking. It's weird because I've been in, pretty quarantine, and then I went out for a walk, and like within a couple minutes, people were stopping me, just wanting to talk about the show. They were so excited. So that's legit. I'm so excited.
They can recognize you even with your mask
with the mask on. And a hoodie on.
Wow. It's them eyes. It's them eyes, baby. They know that from
Them
a mile
eyes.
away.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not 2 million people. It's 10.6K people, which is still a lot, but 22.5 million people have the option to watch this.
They
And
do. They have the
I should
option.
mention that because Netflix is international, it's not right now. I think it's only
It's
in
only in like,
English. It might be in other. Yeah, I think they're
yeah,
still
I
working
know
all the
certain countries.
dubs, which is
Yeah, yeah.
working slowly because of the COVID thing. But hopefully, for those of you that are tuning in from all parts of the world that don't necessarily have English as their main language, that can reach you in your native tongue very soon.
Very soon. So
I'm
soon.
gonna kick you off, man, because we got to get
Kick me
to.
off. There's some great people on the line.
We'll see you in a little bit on
All right,
this
bro.
little
See you
live
soon.
tweet. See you, bud.
Bye.
All right. Do you know how hard it is for me to say remove Jeremy Pope? I never want to remove Jeremy Pope from any situation. All right, Laura, you're up next. May I introduce my lovely co-star who plays Raymond's girlfriend? I should say, let me flip that around. I play
Darren!
I play Camille's boyfriend. Let's make this very clear. So I play Raymond, and I get to be in a little relationship with Camille Washington, played by the lovely Laura Harrier. What's going on, Laura? Happy Mother's Day.
What's up? Happy Mother's Day. Are you with your mom?
I am indeed. We
That's
are. We made
nice.
some chilaquiles this morning. You know, it's also her birthday today, so she gets double.
Really?
Yeah,
Double.
double mother
Double
attention.
celebration.
Yeah, and she knows it. We were definitely we have to double down all the nice things. So I was talking to Jeremy about award shows, and you know,
Uh-huh.
you had a pretty fun slew of actually, it was probably around the same time
It was the same time you were doing your stuff.
as my
And it's
stuff. I
funny
got
we
to do that
didn't meet
little.
until later because we were at
I
all the same
know.
thing.
It was just a matter of time. So Jeremy, you and me were all on that kind of treadmill at separate times for different things, because you were doing the movie thing, I was doing the TV thing, and he was doing the Broadway thing. I was also wondering if there were people when you were little. Did you watch them growing up? Did you like award shows, or you didn't really care until you were like as a working actress?
I watched them just like when everyone's like, watch the Oscars. I feel like I was honestly more interested in like what people were wearing when I was younger.
Yeah,
And I
totally.
wanted to watch that. And then, but yeah, I mean, you grow up watching that stuff. It's pretty crazy then when we're there.
Here's an interesting question. Did you ever, because the question a lot of people have would be, is there anybody that inspired you? But my question is the opposite. Is there anybody that you saw where you're like, man, I don't like, I gotta look like that.
To drag people? So
Yeah, don't drag people. I would say this. Is there anybody that you remember specifically, for better or for worse, that sticks out in your head when you were a kid
I don't
watching
really
those
remember
things?
anything negative. I feel like it was also pretty and
Right.
glamorous, you know? Like I just remember being like, whoa, that's so crazy.
Oh, no. She's been frozen.
My,
I'd like
you
to
know,
think
your
that,
like time limit for your
yeah, that's it. You're cut off. No, I'd like to think there was like, you threw some shade, but it, like the internet cut you out right at that
exactly.
moment, just so you wouldn't be in trouble.
My own.
So you were saying just a lot of people
I just feel like it
were,
was just like pretty and I remember that Halle Berry really well. Of,
oh,
like,
Jesus, yeah. The year she won.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was so groundbreaking. And then that was like a lot that I watched her speech a lot for mine as Camille then, because
I remember like viscerally remember crying at her acceptance speech, because those moments are so symbolic of like such bigger moments. Like for me, it goes even like, obviously as the first woman of color to be winning that category,
yeah.
I just fucking loved Halle Berry.
Yeah,
and I was like,
right.
And there's that, like,
and then
just seeing the person you like. Yeah, it was, that was so cool.
Every time I watch that speech, honestly, I still cry. Like I watched it a bunch before I did the one that we did, and I was just like, oh, it's so beautiful.
I cried so many times when you did your thing, when the camera was not on me.
I thought you were acting.
No, I thought it was so beautiful. I'm such a softie for that kind of stuff. I just thought it was so sweet, and it was such a beautiful sentiment. And unfortunately, they cut a lot of it out because it was a big thing.
Yeah.
But there were so many things that you said that really kind of hit me pretty hard. I was gonna just ask one more question, which is, so I guess we talked about Halle Berry, but you know, you now you get to be a wonderful actress in a big Hollywood show. Was there, I guess we said it, Halle Berry. Was there any person that made you specifically go, I want to be an actor. I want to go to Hollywood when you were a kid? It was Halle Berry. What movie? Or just her general oeuvre, I
I
guess.
think her
'Cause she was all over.
general stuff, and then, I mean, she was amazing in Monsters Ball, which she won for. But then even like Catwoman, it's like there's a black Catwoman. That's crazy. It's a terrible movie, but just that
low
she
key.
was that is
Yeah,
so
can we
crazy.
talk about that? I know, because she got nominated for, like, it swept the Razzies that year, and that movie is famously lambasted. But I'm also like, yo, can we like talk about the fact that we had a straight up black Catwoman?
Exactly, and like nobody talked
cool
about
is
that.
that?
They're just like it was the worst movie of all time.
Yeah, that was. But you know what? That's kind of cool. Like that, that the fact that it was bad just got to be bad. And we didn't have to like talk so much about like the race of the superhero. Like it was given. That's Halle Berry. She's great, awesome.
It's great,
can
whatever.
It can just be lame on its own. Well, you're lovely to talk to as always. You know me. I got to go and talk to all these other fools.
You know, have fun with everyone else. And I'll
will.
see you at this watch party.
This little watch through. I'll see you a bit later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep.
Man, they really got to change the nomenclature on these buttons. Remove Laura Harrier. Just say, you know, Laura. I am now moving on. Well, I guess there's no way, really two ways about it without sounding dismissive. Speaking of feeling dismissed, here's a guy that makes me feel constantly great about myself, but concurrently intimidated. Mr. David Cornsweat, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm realizing that I turned the AC off because it makes a really loud noise, and I'm wearing like a long sleeve shirt, and boy, am I getting real hot real quick.
It's gonna be a rough time for you.
A little flushed.
So what are we doing in 40 minutes, huh?
Well, why don't you tell the kind people of the internet what's going on?
Listen, I'd be happy to tell the kind people of the internet. At 3 p.m., we're gonna go over to Twitter. I love you, Instagram, and watch the finale of our show, Hollywood. And you can watch along with us on your own Netflix accounts, but then you can interact with us. We're going to be watching on Twitter. The live stream is on my Twitter at the moment. You're going to need to retweet that so that all of your lovely fans know where to find us.
And tell them who you are. What is your name, David?
My name is Patty Lapone, and I play Jack Costello. The young actor who's come to Hollywood to make a name for himself. And you play?
I play Raymond Ainsley. I play the director of this film that they're trying to get made. The only reason why I asked what your name was is because your Twitter handle is at your last name, if I'm not mistaken.
Cornsweat. If you can spell it, you can have it.
And if you can use Instagram Live, you can also ask the internet how to find any of those things. I'm sure they'll be able to figure it out. I will get into a question that I kind of wanted to ask during the show. So you and I both kind of went through the acting school thing. Mm-hmm. And there are scenes of acting training on this show. Do you think that was there ever a period where you were studying at Juilliard that was like, oh, this will be useful for when I'm in a 1940s outfit, hairdo, Stuppen patio pond?
The last part, not so much. The first parts, we were trained in a Mid-Atlantic accent, which is called the standard American accent.
It's American, right?
It's a book, Speak with Distinction, that we use in voice class, and it's sort of all the standard pronunciations and vowel changes. And
shout out to any professors, David?
Wendy Waterman, Deb Hecht, Kate Wilson, Liz Smith, the Indomitable. It was a great voice program, and all throughout we sort of thought, is this really necessary? Do we really need to learn the difference between dance and dance? And luckily it came in handy right quick. There's no substitute for having all that when you have to go head to head with Holland Taylor.
You also have a marvelous East Coast lilt that I love noticing because it's something I'm pretty sensitive to. I have a big California accent, and here's why I know. Say my name.
Darren.
I would say Darren.
Darren. Yeah. That was the thing. Standard American, it's Paris and
Paris.
Yeah.
It's that air scent. But I always use my name as a thing. Like all my in-laws would say Darren. Where it's like I'm Darren. Sarah.
Yeah. It's
all
good.
Those open A vowels.
That Philadelphia, Delaware County accent. It's pretty unique. It's fun.
You wear it well, man, and it's nice to hear because there's a classicism to it. I have to be careful when I'm in 40 stuff that I sound like a California beach bum, and so I'm desperately trying to kind of move it more towards your kind of natural pronunciation. Speaking of a natural woman, as it were, I got to move on to Patty LuPone. So I will see you in a little bit on your Twitter handle doing the thingy thing.
Heck yeah. Thanks, man.
All right. See you, bud. Bye. All right, guys. I just kind of, I knew I blew it, but I'm going to invite Patty LuPone. I hope she's here. If she's not here, it's really okay. She's going to be, oh no, she's on the Hollywood Netflix account. Ooh, that's nifty, because I'm almost positive that Patty LuPone does not have an Instagram, which is so punk rock. I'm all about that. Let's see if she joins us. The incomparable Patty LuPone, who I love to brag, came to my bar in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, California. Hi! Hey, Mamacita.
Ah, great. Listen, you know what? Let's not talk acting. Let's talk cooking. It's Mother's Day.
I would love that. But wait, I have a question. Why the fuck are you cooking?
I'm cooking a risotto Milanese, and I'm cooking an Italian chicken. And this is all for Mother's Day. So I want to wish every mother out there.
Yes.
Moms for Hollywood. Happy Mother's Day, Moms.
Happy Mother's Day. You know, I was kind of joking. I was saying that, you know, you shouldn't be cooking on Mother's Day, but if it gives you joy and it makes you happy, that's exactly what you should be doing. So we don't have to talk about acting. Tell me what's in this. What for our non-Italian viewers? What is in the risotto Milanese?
Well, it's an arborio rice. And it's going to be onion and olive oil and the arborio rice and wine. And then we're going to put the Parmesan cheese in, but I didn't have the saffron powder. So
what are you doing? What are you doing? Que cazzo?
What?
You don't have the saffron. What are you doing?
What are you doing? And you're half Italian, you know.
Oh, no, I'm not. I know you think I am, but I'm so flattered by that. Parlo italiano. Io parlo italiano, però non c'è sangue italiano. Nothing.
Oh, I thought you know what?
Irlandese. Irish Filipino. But I look Italian.
Irish Filipino. You know what? Is there a better combination, I ask you?
I'm still looking for it. I really don't know if there is.
Babe.
Now, I'm afraid, now, you still have 3 minutes time, so I may ask you just one thing, and you can say, no, I'd rather talk about the risotto.
No, no, baby, don't. Let's talk about everything.
All I was going to say is when do you, because obviously we have the Broadway kinship thing. Is there a moment in your life when you went, oh shit, I guess I've gone Hollywood. I'm doing Hollywood stuff now. Was there a moment that you went, oh, I guess I'm doing the film and TV thing? Because you have such an illustrious career on all the realms, but because the show's called Hollywood, was there a moment where, okay, I guess I'm doing it. I'm in LA, I'm doing Hollywood. Go.
Well, it was 1941. It was my first big major motion picture, Steven Spielberg's only bomb. And I got cast because he loved my audition. He made a role for me. And I showed up on the, before I started shooting, I showed up on the Universal lot. It was at night. And I didn't know where I was going. They invited me to come to watch filming. So I was wandering around the lot and I made a left-hand turn just as the Klieg lights went on and everything in my vision went into negative. So everything looked gigantic and I went, oh my God, I'm in Hollywood. And then, and then it was like extraordinary because that's what you imagine Hollywood to be, larger than life. And so, and then, you know, of course, my eyes came in focus and it was New York Street and they were doing some scene with tanks. And then when I started shooting, Dan Aykroyd, God bless that man, took me under his wing. He didn't know who I was. I was on the set, whatever. And he said, come. And he introduced me to people. And because this was way before, this was a year before Evita. And it was an extraordinary experience because of the generosity of Spielberg, because it was Steven Spielberg, because it was that cast, and it was Hollywood. It was Hollywood.
The kindness of strangers. Wow. God bless Dan Aykroyd for doing that. Because it's interesting because, you know, as a Juilliard student, I mean, I went to, you know, I did theater training as well, but there is a lack of sort of knowing the, I always equate it to that of like a casino floor where you walk onto the casino floor and everybody knows what they're doing. And if you've never gambled, there's all these rules and people doing things and things, you can't touch that, don't do that, that's not for you. And the only way to learn is one of two ways, trial by fire, or someone like Dan Aykroyd being like, all right, kid, come over here. Here's the deal. Here's what you want to bet on. Here's what you don't want to bet on. And that kind of happened to me too. I had a lot of friendly people that were like, all right, here's the deal. This is what this person is called. You know, this is, if you need something, you can ask this person. Because it is kind of, you don't know what the hell's going on, right? Like when you show up, no one teaches you that. So you didn't have any of that at Juilliard.
I think you learn by doing, you know, talking to David earlier, and I went to Juilliard as well, and they jammed technique. And the only place that technique started to work was when we started working. And then it was sort of like, oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. And so, you know, I'm a trained actor for the stage, and then all of a sudden I'm doing film, and it's like, okay, how do I apply it? And it took a long time for me to learn.
Yeah,
Because,
it's,
you know,
you just got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it.
Now, is there
Darren,
anybody when you?
Great.
You look great. You look like if I looked up in the dictionary like happy, healthy looking mom on a Mother's Day. That's what she looks like. She looks great.
In the background, babe.
Yeah, baby. I love it. Okay, one more question before I let you go.
Okay.
Who was there?
You
I
froze.
do this all the time. Was there any?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Watch
no.
out, you just
Here I
froze
am.
from me.
I was gonna say. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Is there any?
I was gonna say. A lot of people ask actors, you know, who they looked up to, but I have a more specific question, which is because, you know, we love actors in general, people of the stage and screen, but specifically the screen. As a young girl, was there anybody that you saw on the screen where you went, fuck yeah, that's my gal, or that's my guy, that made you go, okay, I want to do this?
Betty Davis.
Yeah.
I used to cut school. If I wasn't
really,
if you know, we had on Long Island, we had the dialing for dollars or bowling for dollars, and there was a 10 o'clock and a 1 o'clock. And if she was on at 10 o'clock, I would say, Mom, I don't feel good. If she was on at 1 o'clock, I'd tell the nurse, I don't feel good. And I would cut school and I would watch her movies. And Betty Davis and Edith Piaf are my two heroes. Those are the two women that I look up to in this business.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Betty?
But dig this, Darren, you're gonna die. So I'm doing a company in London, and there's a you know, an autograph line, whatever. And so I'm coming out of the theater and I'm going down the autograph line, and then there are these two guys who were just standing there, and they said, Patty, we worked for Betty, or this one guy said, we worked for Betty Davis, and she thought you were a fine actress. And I almost burst into tears. I went, first of all, how did she even know about me, number one? And then my hero to tell me she thought I was a fine actress. It was a moment I will never ever forget.
You don't have to say anything. I don't know how you could put words to that. That is beyond validating. Wow, that's great. That is a great moment. That's something that we can all hope for. Did you ever get caught when you went and they said you skipped school? You were lying. You weren't sick.
Oh, I was in trouble all the time.
Really? I believe you were in trouble all the time. Jeez, I believe it. You're a little troublemaker.
Trouble all the time. Nothing's new. You know when I get in trouble now? It's because I've been in trouble all my life.
Well, it's the good kind of trouble, and we all love you for it. You're wonderful on the show. I hope that risotto is beautiful and delicious as you are. Happy Mother's Day. Lots of love, Patty. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. God, that looks good. Oh, my God. I'm going to have another guest in about 2 minutes. In the meantime, I'm just going to look at all these hearts and saying hi to people. You guys have been so kind. I know a lot of you guys have been commenting about Patti LuPone. For those of you that aren't necessarily familiar with Patty's career or the Broadway sort of legacy that we have on this show, Joe Mantello, who plays Dick Samuels, is on our show. He's a wonderful director. He's directed some of my favorite plays. He directed a little musical called Wicked for some of you that might be more familiar with that show. Jim Parsons is a Broadway guy. Dylan McDermott has done some Broadway. Myself, Jeremy Pope. Who am I forgetting? I'm sure I'm forgetting other people just because I'm being distracted by all these wonderful things. Hi, Darren. Hi, KS Smiley Smitty. Holland Taylor's giving me a thumbs up, which is always a very encouraging thing. We'll get to Holland in a little bit. I am now going to invite a new person that I've grown very fond of in a very short period of time. And I was a big fan of a lot of her movies. And I was delightfully, not surprised, but delightfully, I don't know what the adjective is. I was delighted. Let's just use that adjective, that adverb as an adjective. I was delighted to meet her and spend time with her. I'm going to invite Miss Samara Weaving. Sammy. For those of you that are out there in the world that are not from the United States,
hello!
Sochi! Hello!
Deza!
Hello!
How you doing?
I'm very well. You know the first thing I'm going to want to ask immediately, because Netflix is an international thing. You know, TV is no longer as small and kind of provincial as it used to be.
No,
it is
my
definitely. Oh no!
slow.
Oh, she's frozen.
Oh, this is a massive
Oh,
bummer.
sorry, mate.
There you
All right,
are.
I'll try
Okay,
and talk
sorry.
slowly.
I can hear you now.
So, I was just saying, so you're from Australia, which I talk about to no end, and I love that you're as entertained by it as I am. For our non-Australians, because there are Australians watching this show,
Yes,
can we go
but for
through
the
some of
non-ones, yep.
can we go through some of my favorite Aussie expressions that you taught me, like the really goofy ones?
Oh, okay. I don't know if can I swear on this one?
Fuck
I guess
yeah.
my favorite is we're not here to fuck spiders.
We're not here to fuck bloody spiders, are we?
We're not here to fuck spiders.
We're not here to fuck spiders. That's also derivation, not here for a bloody haircut, right? It's like we're not here to mess around, right? Let's do the thing.
Yeah, let's get on with it. Power through, guys.
So for those of you that don't know what a bogan is, that's sort of like, it's, I guess, is it a bit derogatory? I'm sorry if that's offending anybody, but it's maybe a beloved, in the way that we say redneck, that can be like, kind of a beloved thing for people, who love being from a certain part of the world, that have a certain thing of, so that's the I guess the redneck version is bogan.
There's a new term I learnt, I think right before I left Australia, which is an aquabogan, which is like an aquabogan, and I think it's kind of a nouveau riche bogan.
Okay.
So someone
I'll take bogans of any type. I love them.
Comes from their bogan roots, that they've bought a beautiful house by the ocean, and they've got kind of a little bit of a,
a little thing, a little bit of a
their taste
about them.
Could be questionable or it could be fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's judging.
It's all how you look at it. I have a lot of friends who refer to themselves as bogans because they're from like the outskirts of sort of metropolitan Australia. Now, we said a few things that I really liked, which was it's a naughty thing about something in the Dunnies. It's from a classic film called Puberty Blues. And they say a lot of things like, do you want to go for a root in the Dunnies? And let's break this down. Yeah, one at a time.
So a root is to have sex with somebody, and the Dunnies is the bathroom. So if you want to go for a root in the Dunnies, it means you want to go have sex in the loo.
Wow. And honestly, I think the way, just as a fan of, assonance and articulation and words, I kind of prefer root in the Dunnies. It kind of has a nice flow to it than sex in the bathroom. It seems sex in the bathroom actually sounds crass. Root in the Dunnies sounds rather elegant. Yeah,
sure. And I think you could steal it, well, not you personally, anyone who's watching.
I'll try to.
They could, clue in if they're American. They could say it to their American better half and have a little cheeky.
There was another thing you said. You sent to me in a text when I was giving you shit for being Australian. I forgot what it was, and it was such a good expression. Do you know what I'm talking about? You'd have to look in your phone. And I have stolen it. It was so Australian, but I can't think of it. In the meantime, tell you what, if you look for it on your phone right now, I will tell you quick.
Was it a couple roos loose in the top paddock? That's a good one.
Yep, the paddock. So, say it again. What is it?
There's a couple roos loose in the top paddock, which means your head is the
I know what it means. What's great about great expressions is that they utilize the English language in a way to where you make an inevitable conclusion.
Right.
Like, couple roos loose in the top paddock. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I got to work on my accent, man.
Your accent's pretty good. It's better than Jimbo, and he lives with me.
Really? Okay. Well, then I listen. I learned from the best. I'm just literally copying you. I'll leave you with a really quick story from my first time in Australia. I don't know if I told you this, but I had I was I had a stomach thing, and I was trying to eat light, and so I needed like yogurt. All right. So I think I told you the story, but I'll tell everybody else here.
Okay.
People think I made this up. So I'm in a cafe, and I'm looking underneath the register for yogurty things, right?
Yeah.
And I can't find it anywhere, and it's driving me nuts. I'm like, where is it? And I asked my Australian friend, do you see it anywhere? And he points to it right in front of me. And I go, oh, good eye. And he goes, good eye. And I'm like, no, you have a good eye. And he goes, no, you have a good eye. You got this happened for real. No, mate, you have a good eye. No, I'm saying you're fuck it, forget it. You're not gonna say it.
Goodness,
I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm gonna go invite another lovely
Oh,
lady of the show,
right.
Hollywood. You're wonderful in the show. You're beautiful. You're fun. You're devious, but you're nice and sweet, and all the things that come with sweet and sour candy.
You're a beautiful soul, and I miss you, and I wish
I miss
we were
you.
all together.
We'll see you very soon.
Yeah.
Bye, Sammy. Bye. All right. It's 2:35. What do I got here? Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm excited. I only have a couple minutes with this lady, and it ain't enough, and she knows it. Go live with one Janet effing Mock, but I don't see her, so I might have another Ryan Murphy situation. Let me see if anyone's texted me saying no, they're not coming. No, Janet, darling, I do not see you. So I think I'm just going to have to do more, making up songs. Ryan Murphy can't join. Janet can't join. All the visionaries. For those of you who don't know who Janet Mock is, she was one of our writers, directors, exec producers. She comes from a lot of the Ryan stuff, the Ryan world. She was working on Pose. She's an extraordinary woman in her own right. We both used to live in Hawaii. I was going to ask her about that. So shout out to anybody who is out there in Hawaii. Mahalo. I was there when I was born in San Francisco, and then we moved there when I was like 1 until I was about, maybe 2 until I was about 5 or 6. My memory's flexible as I get older. She's there. Jeremy's telling me that she's here. All right, Janet, let's get you hooked in here. Man, I see nothing. I don't know what to do. This makes me sad. I really want to talk to Janet. Janet's a lot of the brains and beauty behind this thing. I'm going to try one more time. Jeremy says she's there. I know. I see you. Ravina. But the thing is, when I type on this thing, yo, Janet, I say go live with, and then I look in this little thing, and I try and add you, but she's not there. Oh, Janet's not there. It's not like she don't care. I know she is there. But the question is where? Baby girl, the question is where? I want you to be here so we can talk about the show that you wrote and directed. Yeah. Oh man, Jen, I'm sorry. I tried. I really tried my damnedest. I couldn't find you. Hopefully we can bring you on and it's like, oh, she's on Hollywood Netflix. Let's try that. All right. Sorry. Let's do that. Okay. Everybody gets to watch me being idiots. Hollywood Netflix. Maybe this is the thing. Is she there? Or is she on the other account? Janet. Now it's better without the guitar. Kind of lost it there. Use the first take, the final cut. She's requesting now. All right, Janet, I'm gonna give you one more shot. Otherwise, I got to move on, which is very, very sad. I don't want to do that. I want to move on. Man, maybe they gave me the wrong, Insta, but I follow her on Instagram. I follow you, Janet. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna try just to keep this rolling. I'm gonna go try Mr. Jake picking real quick, and then we're gonna come back to you. Okay? I'm getting a lot of very, very frustrated comments on how many people want to talk to Janet. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I know what that feels like. Okay. All right, Jakey boy. Come join the patty. Please don't sing. I don't blame you. I know. I listen. Hey, what's up, man?
What's
Thank you
up,
for saving
man?
me from myself. In the meantime, I'm looking at my text, making sure that she's good.
Hey, happy birthday to your mom.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no, she gets double. It doesn't always fall on the same day, but when it does, it's like, man, she gets it pretty good. You doing anything fun for Mother's Day?
Yeah, after the live tweet, I'm gonna go see my mom.
Nice. Are you gonna cook anything? You're gonna
Well, if I get there in time, yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping to do something Italian, some kind of cooking like that.
I met your mom on set. She was very happy, very proud.
Yeah.
How many times does she watch this? Because moms love Hollywood.
She's on her second go around right now. I remember she was like, "Oh man, Darren, that guy's so nice." She was like up at the monitor trying to take a like a photo or video, and you just go up and you're just like, oh, that's not recording. Yeah. So,
well, because that happens all the time. When people are recording their thing and it's not working, especially like concerts, when I know it's very divisive, people look down on that. I don't. I think it's fine. It's just that when they do this and they go home, they look for it and they go, where did it go? It's like you weren't recording.
Yeah,
so I'm glad she got it. But she also knows that they were filming, right? Like they were recording.
Yes. She was like shaking seriously, like the first time on set. This was the first set she's ever, on, and nevertheless, it was on a day. It was kind of like meta because we were filming the last episode. When we showed up, there was a bunch of fake cameras with cameras actually filming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it was like
it'd be
filming,
pretty confusing.
filming.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that was your first set, you'd be like, is this how they all look? And you're like, no, this is like not. I was going to ask because if that was our first time on set, this is not your first time on set, but it's been a pretty good year for you, man. Between Top Gun, this, and a lot of things, got a lot of eyes on Mr. Jake Picking. How does it feel to have gone Hollywood, as it were? Does it feel like that? Do your buddies from home give you shit for it? Is there like, are you proud? Are you happy? What's going through your head this past year?
I'm excited, man. I mean, stepping on a set like Hollywood, I mean, and it was funny too, because it was kind of serendipitous that I just finished up the Versace series. So I love the guy who played Andrew Cunanan. Loved him.
He was good.
He was pretty solid.
Nick Jonas is a great actor.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. And Joe too. But seriously though, stepping on a set like this was incredible, really. And it was so time warpy, like existentially, like cool, man.
I know there's so many meta layers of like I was just saying, like a new guy in Hollywood playing a new guy in Hollywood on a show called Hollywood about old Hollywood.
Yeah, it was insane. I remember we had do you remember any fun? I mean, I remember that one day where it was just a long day to keep the morale up. We were doing squat jumps. We were dancing.
Oh yeah.
That was amazing.
I mean, you crack us up, man. You are a funny motherfucker. You are a very funny dude. I think it's because I think we share a lot of the similar dark, twisted senses of humor. So hanging out with you guys was very, very, very fun. And I'm sorry we didn't have more scenes together. We only had like two quick little things,
I know. Seriously, who knows?
Who knows? Season 2. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. We're not really in charge of that party. Exactly. I was gonna say you. So your mom's seeing this. And I'm sure she's very proud. Now, here's the golden question that everyone's, I'm sure, asking you. Your mom's got to watch her son do some things.
Yeah.
Some salacious things.
How's
she feel about it? About it, but like, is it hard for her to watch? All the normal questions you think would come with that.
Well, I think it's not surface level. Like it becomes deeper than just the salacious, nature. It blossoms into a love story. So I think she enjoys that. She enjoys the love story, man. The sentiment of like the show and what it stands for,
I gotta say that like I love this your stuff with Archie. I think it's what's so nice about it is I think if it was just a lot of sex, then it'd be probably a little uncomfortable for your friends and family. But because it is so sweet, truly, it's like you guys together is so sweet. It's so touching. It's like a great, really well handled love story, and you guys are so good to each other, and it's like not an abusive thing. It's just like awesome. Right. I think arguably you guys are I'm trying to think of like all the relationships are sweet on the show. What am I talking about? Even, like everybody has like has a big, because when the show started it was like pretty racy.
Especially reading the first time, like just reading everything on the page.
Oh man,
you got it,
Yeah, no, they made sure to focus more in on the sweetness, and I think a lot of it has to do with like them seeing the show play out and seeing how you and Jeremy handled those scenes, and they went, why would we focus on the others? This is great. I mean, that's how I would think it, because you really did knock it out of the park, man. I really was very moved by a lot of your guys' stuff together. Okay, I'm gonna try and hit Jan up. Holland. I was gonna get Holland on here, but I'm gonna try and get Janet. I love you, buddy.
Mock.
Congratulations.
Love you,
Peace. Oh shit! Remove Jake Picking. Okay, hold
on. I'll exit.
There you go. Gone. Done. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Where is my girl, Janet? Oh, wait, sorry. All it takes is one person saying, don't sing. That's it. That's the power that internet comments have, you know? 1,000 people go, we like it. One person says, we don't like it. And then you go, oh, I'm terrible. It's amazing. You guys have no idea how much power you wield over us crazy, fragile actors. Janet, man, I'm sorry. I can't find you anywhere. Holland, I'm going to try and add you, okay? If you're out there in the world, man, Holland, or Janet, I'm so sorry that it didn't work out. All right, Holland Taylor, let's see if we can get you in here. Holland Taylor. Oh.
I'm not going to help replace Janet Mock. That's for sure. Where the hell is Janet?
No, I don't know. I really don't. It's breaking my heart. As long as she knows that she's wanted here. As always, you look ravishing. Oh my God! This isn't your show.
Yes,
are you
sure? You wait till Ratchet, you little attention whore. Get out of here. Hi.
Hi, you're so good on this show, Darren.
Thank you.
Anyway,
nice
when we were working together, what I felt was.
Do you want to play the part of Holland Taylor in this interview?
Holland Taylor. Just kidding. Bye.
Tell me about romance. Oh, okay. I was, next time I'll do an interview with Sarah, but Holland, you play Sarah, and then we'll see who does a better job.
Yeah, right. I think she's good at playing Sarah. Actually,
I know. A little too good.
That dance thing that you and Jeremy and David did when the tuxes, the tap routine. So it's
I forget what the song, the Nat King Cole song. Yes.
Yeah. So when you guys did that, I wish I had watched that live. But when you did it, which of you, Jeremy is the.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Hang out.
I'm bored.
Go play
the internet loves Sarah Paulson.
This picture. So Jeremy, I assume, is the one who's most truly the song and dance man, the Broadway song and dance.
Oh yeah, yes,
right. So
100%.
Watching it, I'm watching you two, you and David, basically fake it fabulously.
Well,
right,
God, I guess I'm complimented. Yes.
It is a compliment.
Excuse me. Do you not know that Darren is like an extraordinary? All right.
What
Sarah,
I'm saying,
you're welcome. You're welcome to come back now.
Just a second. Are you as much a Broadway song and dance man as Jeremy is? Well, I didn't know that.
Well, hang on. This is actually a very interesting question. I have accidentally fallen ass backwards into that category, but definitely it's not my strong suit. Maybe a song man because I'm a musician, but I'm not much of a dancer. And so I do have to fake it. And same with David. David is an athletic dude that has like a pretty good,
and he's
like he can move. He's musical, exactly. I think David and I have music in us and we're rhythm people, whereas Jeremy is like a fucking animal and could do anything.
Jeremy was like a coiled spring in that thing. I mean, he was just extraordinary. But the thing closes, that thing dials in on, ends on David, of course, who's in the center, of course.
Well, it's also heights. We got to have the composition.
The magnanimous fellow I like.
Yes. I think David was leading that stuff because we did that in like 2 seconds. He was like, it'd be fun doing this. And then we put it together in probably under a minute and then just filmed it. So that was without any thought.
Were you there the time when David was noodling on the piano and I realized and he explained that he cannot read music at all. He teaches himself how to play left hand, right hand, and chords and everything by listening alone. I think, why don't you learn music? You would probably be great because he can play piano and you think that he's a trained piano player. You say, how the hell do you do that? However, in that dance thing, I'm afraid Jeremy definitely had the edge there.
Did you know?
Of course.
Conversation where you were just going to get sort of slightly like.
No. I'm happy to talk about this because I'll tell you what, Helen.
It's good.
I also can't read music, and I have dragged Sarah to piano bars where I have gotten on the piano.
Oh yeah, it was
playing.
Great night. That was a great night.
When she was singing.
Wait a minute. You can't read music?
He's saying he can read.
I know I can't. Well, for the piano I can't. I have to hear it. It's the same. Dave and I share that same sort of thing, which sounds cool, but I think we both wish we could read music.
Darren's a genius.
The thing is, it sort of is a genius talent. It's like, idiot savant kind of thing where you have this gift and that the two of you don't formally really pursue music studies. Just, I want to shake both of you.
Well, listen, you can't say idiot savant without idiot. So we're the idiot section of the savant, definitely holding that down. Before I kick you off to talk to Dylan McDermott, I do want to ask you one thing, because you have such an illustrious film, television, and Broadway career that I wonder what is the thing that most people come up to you for, because I know it varies probably by generation, because I would probably go, and I'm surprised I didn't do it when I was on set. You know, I probably would have brought up The Truman Show or Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde and film, Legally Blonde for sure, and Romancing the Stone, which is really probably before you were born.
But it's like a massive movie. Everybody knows Romancing the Stone.
But most people who actually come up and want to actually speak are about the Ann Richards play, Anne, that was on Broadway.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
And because that seemed, because of who it was about.
She wrote that, by the way. She wrote it.
Because of who it was about. People are so moved by the theme, which is the persona of that character. That's why they mostly want to speak.
I asked Rob Reiner the same question. Is there a movie or anything that you did that you really like fucking loved that just nobody talks about, that if you were a super fan, if I'm a super fan, I'm on the street and you're kind of on your way and I stop you and I say what's the one project that I say where you go, and you kind of stop everything and you get so excited that I mention it. What is that project?
I actually have had incredible luck in the films that I have made, have mostly been widely seen. I mean, I've really been lucky. But I made two that were art films, that were more indie films, that were smaller, that therefore couldn't have the huge exposure. But they were directed by my nephew, who is Brad Anderson, and he directed. Now I'm Next Stop Wonderland, but also
Someone's being murdered.
I can't remember.
I think that's Dylan McDermott trying to get his way into this thing.
I can't remember.
No worries.
But
I'll tell people.
Happy Accidents.
I'll tell some of the young Happy Accidents.
Happy Accidents and Next Up Wonderland. Look who's here.
So you heard it. For the folks who are watching this that have never seen those movies, those to watch. Who's this? Before I bring on Dylan McDermott, who's that?
That's our dog, Winnie.
You cut out right when you said the dog's name. Say it one more time.
Winnie.
That's
Winnie.
genius. That's
Ça va,
Darren
Winnie?
Criss. Genius.
Ça va.
Bye.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Sarah,
Thanks,
you're
Darren.
next. Mwah, nice talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Happy Mother's Day, all.
you.
Peace. Bye, guys. All right. I specifically made sure to keep Dylan McDermott off later. That's not true. Dylan, you're breaking my balls. Are you not here too? I know you are, dude. Let's make sure I have his correct thing. Dylan McD, because we only got 7 minutes left, man. Dylan, where are you, baby girl? You're the king of Instagram. Dylan has so many, like when we were on set, more so than any phone attached Gen Z or millennial that I've ever met, makes very, 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 very funny content constantly on his phone. I don't know how much of it has actually made its way to the internet, but my shout out to Dylan. Sorry, I keep doing my hair because it's hot in here. For those of you with curly hair, know the game. The fro begins in this hot weather. Thank you again, Holland. You're so wonderful to talk to. That was so cool. A little surprise from the internet's very own Sarah Paulson. Very exciting. We'll talk to her when we get to talk about Ratchet, which I'm not on, but I'm presuming maybe I'll take over the Netflix account again. I'm going to try it one more time for Mr. Dylan McDermott. And if I can't get him, man, he's playing hard to get. Tell you what, I'm just going to go on to somebody else. Sorry, that's what you get, Dylan. You got to host one of these a few weeks ago. Now we've moved on. I'm going to move on to somebody else that I'm very excited to talk to, who is such a fun, exciting addition to the show. When she joined the show, I didn't realize that she was joining until I saw the call sheet, which is the thing that tells you, who's on the show. I'm typing her name in. Sorry, guys. She's not here either. Well, I'll tell you what. If either Mira Savino or Dylan McDermott, there's no N in there. His last name isn't like a peppermint. Dylan McDermott. Excuse me. I'm just going to answer some of these questions. What are your thoughts on Jim Parsons? Jim Parsons is an excellent actor. I think one of the things that people forget about great comedy is that it requires excellent technique and precision. That's something that he has. I'm always surprised when people go, if someone is known for being funny on a funny thing and they do something dramatic, people are like, who knew? And I go, that's the most, to me, obvious connection. He's a superb actor. He's a very generous person, but very generous soul. I think being a generous actor, meaning you're very sort of open to your fellow actor. I have nothing but good things to say about him. And I've loved him in everything he's done. And I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Big Bang Theory. I don't think he would care. Not to say that I've avoided it. I mean, I probably want to watch it now. I've seen little bits and pieces here and there. But I know Jim's stuff mostly through Broadway and through his film and television stuff. There he is. Dylan, you fart nugget. Did I just call Dylan McDermott a fart nugget? That's going to come back and haunt me. Oh, man. Dylan dot. Why is it when I type in their names, they just, yo, I see you, Dill. Here, go live with Dylan McDermott. There you are. I did it. I threw some shade at you, bro. There he is. There he is.
I like this. I've been waiting.
I know. Here you are. I just should give the floor to you. What do you want to talk about? Should we talk about Hollywood?
We got some issues with the internet today.
Yeah, she's a fickle mistress, that internet.
I don't know what's happening.
Let's talk about what everybody really wants to talk about.
Let's do it.
Which is 2014's Freezer. Now, everybody came here. Or do you want to talk about 2001's Texas Rangers? Which one would you rather?
Why are you bringing this up, man?
I'm just talking about the movies everybody wants to talk about.
But okay, talk about those movies.
You were playing a very iconic song that is that stars one. Let's talk about 2005's The Tenants.
Oh man, you get all my hits.
Let's talk about who tell me about the movie The Tenants. Who is in The Tenants?
All my hits. Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. What was it like working with Snoop Dogg 15 years ago? Is that what it felt like? It just was a song. It was just a classic hip-hop song.
I mean, he's the best. I love Snoop. We had the best time. It was like, whoa, contact high.
Do you ever see him around, like, Hollywood campus, so to speak? You ever just see him around?
Several times. I was in Palm Springs at Coachella.
Really? Nice. Was he performing or just hanging out?
DJing. He was DJing.
Nice. When you do so many movies with so many different people, you do these gigs, there's like a length of time that you kind of stay in touch, and then, you just kind of run into them after that. So when with Snoop, you guys still cool, or is it like you're past that point? I guess that answers the question. That answers it. Why do we even bother? I was supposed to talk to Oscar-winning into the full Snoop Doggy Dog.
Ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan McDermott.
What else do you need? What else do you need?
What else do you need? I also love that song is so classic now that the really sort of horribly otherwise offensive things about it are now like beloved, and it's okay to love that song. Yes. There's some pretty naughty things in those tunes, but we love them because we go, oh yeah, classic. It's funny how time kind of heals those things.
We have a hit show.
We have a hit show. We do, and we're going to be talking about the final episode.
Number one on Netflix.
Number one. Really? Well, let's just say it. Let's just say it so we can manifest destiny, because we don't know that for a fact. But if we tell people it's number one. All right, listen, Dill, we got 1 minute left, man. We're going to go watch this thing live, the final episode. We're going to watch it with the cast members. Are you going to tweet along with it? Are you going to hang out with us? Or are you going to go keep hanging out in your kitchen with Snoop?
Whatever you need me.
You're great on the show. I love getting to work with you. I hope we get to do it more. Keep dancing. You're the man. We'll see you around, man. So everybody tuning in, I'm so sorry we didn't get to talk to the great Mira Savino, Ryan Murphy, and Janet Mock. They have lots of amazing interviews and stuff that we've done with them during the press rollout for the show that you can check out all over the internet. But they are all equally amazing and talented and added so many good things to this show. I'm going to hop off this, and I'm actually going to start watching this show live with my buddy David Cordsweat and some other people if you want to join us. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Thank you for joining us if you joined us for this whole thing. And if you haven't seen it or know friends that haven't seen it, check out Hollywood, streaming on Netflix now. thanks for joining me. That was a whole lot of fun. Again, my love, respect, and admiration to all you mothers out there. You deserve it. Stay safe. Stay inspired. Mwah. See you guys.